Hi guys, and welcome back to another lesson. Today we're talking about punctuation marks. Now punctuation, that's a long word. So I'll say it slowly so that you can say it with me, and that's a word that you can start using. Punctuation marks. Now what is a punctuation mark? A punctuation mark comes at the end of a sentence. And based on what the punctuation mark is, we will know how we need to read that sentence, what we need to do with our voice to make the meaning of the sentence come alive. So, let me show you what I mean. One type of punctuation mark is a period. Another word for period is full stop. Now, a full stop or a period tells us something. It comes at the end of a sentence that tells us something. So, this is how we would write a period. It's just a little dot. That's how simple it is. Goodbye. Now, here is a sentence that has a period or a full stop at the end. And as you can see, I have a red arrow pointing to the full stop. So this sentence reads, I am 5 years old, because I am telling you something. So when you're telling somebody something, that's a telling sentence. And so it ends with a period or a full stop. Here is another telling sentence. The dog is big. I am telling you that the dog is big. And this sentence will end with a full stop or a period. Another example of a telling sentence is, the hat is red. I'm telling you what color the hat is. And so when I'm writing this sentence, I will put a period or a full stop at the end of that sentence. All right. So let's look at another punctuation mark. This time we'll look at a question mark. Could you think what a question mark means? Or when we would use a question mark? When you want to know something, you ask a question. So sentences that end with a question mark are those sentences that are asking us something, and we have to give an answer to it. So this is how we would write a question mark. Goodbye. Bye, Stickman. So, here is an example of a sentence that ends with a question mark. So this sentence is called a question. How old are you? Did you hear how I read that sentence? How old are you? And when I read that sentence like that, it means that I want to have an answer. So a sentence like this, which is called a question, will end with a question mark. Here is another example of a question. Are you happy? Yes. Here's another example of a question. Is it hot? Oh, it's not hot. Let's move on to another type of punctuation mark. This time, we'll look at an exclamation mark. Now, that's another long word. Let me say it slowly. Exclamation mark. Now, an exclamation mark comes at the end of a sentence that shows that you're excited. So here is how you write an exclamation mark. Down and a dot. Goodbye, Stickman. Here is a sentence that ends with an exclamation mark. So listen to the way that I will read this sentence. I am happy. I am happy. So that's an exclamatory sentence. It ends with an exclamation mark. Here is another example of an exclamatory sentence. Now I know that that's a long word. Today is my birthday. So if I were to write that sentence, I will end it with an exclamation mark. Here is another example. You are awesome. And this sentence also ends with an exclamation mark. So this week, you're going to practice using these punctuation marks at the end of sentences. So we're going to be reading sentences that end with these different punctuation marks, and we're going to make sure that our voices are reflecting the type of sentence. So remember, if it's a statement, you will just speak in your normal voice, like, I am a girl, because I'm telling you something. If it's a question, I will say, are you a boy or a girl? If it's an exclamatory sentence, I will read, you are a boy. See you next time. Goodbye.